Support from viewers like you.
I'm ready for my future now, Mr. DeMille.
Buenos días. ¿Habla usted español?
I suppose you can figure it out.
The future is where we will spend the rest of our lives.
There comes a time in all our lives when we begin to wonder exactly what is this thing called reality. For me, right now, reality is the fact that I am Jeff Goldblum, host of FutureQuest, doing the opening of this episode on virtual reality. Now, if this were virtual reality, it would be almost the same, except completely different. You'd experience me as being here, but I wouldn't actually be here. And yet, on various levels, I would be. That is, I'd be virtually right here. Are you following this? There's been a lot of buzz about virtual reality, VR, but for starters, I'd like to know just what it is and what it isn't. I mean, is virtual reality just a new way to play video games and have great cyber sex? Or is VR really going to change our world forever? Virtual reality, it's the unreal thing.
Virtual reality is the name for an illusion.
Virtual reality is a method.
Virtual reality is a whole new place, and it's made out of pure information.
What is virtual reality? There's enough to deal with reality. Why have synthetic reality, you know?
Virtual reality is the technology for moving through and interacting with the three-dimensional computer-generated environment.
VR is going to be the set of tools that you use to actually experience information.
Now, computer technology and optical technologies, cinema technologies are combined to create this illusion, which has three parts. Immersion, the feeling that you are completely surrounded by the artificial world rather than seeing it on a small screen. Navigation, which means that you can choose your point of view, you can move around in the virtual world instead of just seeing the point of view that a cameraman or director chooses for you. And manipulation, it means that using a special glove with sensors in it, you can reach into that virtual world and change it.
What are you going to do? Put a helmet on and act like you're feeling like you're eating a swordfish dinner? Why not just eat a swordfish dinner?
VR is about control. When we first started going to movies and making movies, the producer was in charge. VR is about letting us make our own movies. They can be anything we want.
A virtual world is a model located inside of a computer, and that model is something that's displayed to you as computer graphics and sometimes as computer sounds when you put on a head-mounted display and enter the virtual world. And that model could be anything from a room, such as the one I'm in, to an entire city, to a molecule, to outer space. Anything that you can make a model of inside a computer.
If this were VR, you could be co-hosting this show right now.
The proper use of virtual reality is to prepare you to go out into the real world. In other words, there are educational tools which we can extract from virtual reality, which will be wonderful, teaching of physical movement, teaching of medical technologies, taking people into machinery, allowing them to see and feel how these things are. Wonderful tools, wonderful entertainment tools.
Entertainment's big business, and that undoubtedly will drive the industry.
Computer-generated world, and you can go anywhere, do anything you want.
Virtual Adventures put 6 people in a capsule.
competing against sea monsters and the bad guys who are also in vehicles of 6 people, all trying to save the Loch Ness Monster from extinction.
There's a big boom in the whole interactive entertainment area where people want to figure out ways to use computers and immerse themselves in experiences they've never been able to do before because technology wasn't available to do it. So when you get on a pterodactyl and fly through a fantasy world and slay an evil dragon, that's something you can't do in real life. But now with these kind of experiences you can get with this kind of technology, you can have fun in ways you've never been able to have it before.
I think it's cool. I mean, you know, it's obviously the wave of the future, these interactive games.
Virtual world is different from any traditional type of arcade or video game in that it's a network simulation. It's not a person against machine, but it's player against player.
Oh my God, now what? Press the red button to go forward, full throttle. Where did you get this guy, Doc?
It's very different from a movie in that you're the hero of this. It's not passive. It's very different from an arcade game in that it was real. It happened.